Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to Activated Mornings for today, Friday. It is a lovely Friday indeed, and it's the 17th day of February 2023, 2 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. That's the time on the ticker across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This morning in studio, taking you up until 9:45 this morning, we've got Mr. Kingsley Defreitas and yours truly, Christal. We're going to take a stop at 8:30 because we have a sponsored segment. That should be 8:45. Because we have a sponsored segment. But we do take a stop at 8:30 this morning. Good morning, Mr. DeFreitas.
Court's coming into the zoo?
Yes, court is at 8:45. You stop at 8:30 is regular.
Do you notice anything about courts and the 8:30 special? Do you notice anything?
Consistent?
Okay.
What do you want me to notice about?
She said consistent. She's not probably observing what you and I are observing. Let me say good morning to the people, St. Vincent and the Grannies, and I have a very special friend who is listening, all the way from Belize, Rhonda Creighton, is in St. Vincent and the Grannies, and I can promise you that she will be on with me this coming Tuesday night, and we'll be discussing the importance of Belize, Vincent and Belize, and so that you can sit into that for Tuesday night. But Sir James Mitchell, before he came, Sir James Mitchell was James Mitchell. He became a Prime Minister. And airport development was on St. Vincent and the Grenadines' mind for quite a long time. I think Sir James, when he was Prime Minister, did an MMM report. And before Ralph Gonsalves became Prime Minister, I spoke to him, and he used to always say he would love to see St. Vincent and the Grenadines have an international airport. And we know that Ralph Gonsalves became Prime Minister and conceived that project. And people say, how are we going to build an airport if all have money? Well, you see, you have an ingenious plan, and the plan came into effect where we had help from Taiwan, we got the terminal building, Cuba did the earthworks, and Dr. Gonsalves, in his own infinite wisdom, creates an avenue where he can approach friendly governments, and we did get some assistance from Prime Minister deceased from Trinidad, Patrick Manning, in the sum of 27 million. And the airport started commence up building in 2008 and became operational in 2017. And note I say operational because I don't think that airports are never finished. They have to continue to work and improve the services that they do. So Ralph Gonsalves, when he became Prime Minister, put together his plan with the help of Vincent, who made the ultimate sacrifice where Gonsalves, which was the NDP, prioritized certain things in terms of airport, and we see the airport became operational in 2017. The person who managed the airport when it was commenced operation was a Barbadian young man. He's still currently involved in airport management in Barbados, Mr. Jason Bond. After him, we had our own Mrs. Carcel Barbara Robertson. She's had a stint for approximately 2 years. Then we had Mr. Oliver, who acted for at least 2 years as the acting CEO for the international airport. Then he was replaced by a Jamaican by the name of Mr. Dale Davis. He is currently the CEO of the international airport at Argyle. And then former Commissioner Keith Miller was in charge of the security aspect from 2016 till recently that they turned his service no longer required. The current person who's in charge of the security is Mr. Duncan. And from Output, they say he has a master's in security and is quite capable of doing the job. But on the other side, I'm hearing that you have to have a level of investigation skill to be the CEO in terms of the security aspect of the airport. Well, I pay attention to the airport, and let me tell you something. It have over 300 persons working at the airport. And one thing I've noticed since Mr. Dale became the CEO, I noticed that training is an ongoing. Remember, I didn't say they never had training, but I said that more emphasis is being placed to make sure workers at the international airport continue to have their training. Okay? So under Mr. Bond, we had training. Under Castle Baba Robertson, who was once the director of all airport training. Under Mr. Oliver, he had physical training and he used to make himself available on the ground to have a conversation with the workers. And today now, Mr. Dale is making sure the level of training is still continuing. You know, a few weeks ago, I made a complaint, and Mr. Weeks did support me. Lots of rules at the international airport. The rules are not made by the authorities here. Some of the rules that there is international rules. And it's of a group of people who are assigned to work at the airport from the customs department. Okay, and we know customs is a big institution and they appears to be a law unto themselves. But there's a rule at the airport that when you come from land side, okay, you leave home and you reach the airport and you walk in sensitive areas like the customs, you should go through a security feature that has the feature of international rule. So when you come, you're supposed to go upstairs, do your checks, and then go down into the custom area that you have a responsibility for. Over the last couple of years, we noticed that custom officers, the ones in the white and the custom guards in the brown and black, they just come and walk through the arrival area and go straight through to the custom area where they are confined in a particular area. That, by regulation, is wrong. And if you make a comment and say to them that they shouldn't be doing that, they have all negative collocation to say about you. Will you be the airport manager? Will you be a spy for the airport manager? But that is not the concept. The concept, you have to go through the rules that is the airport is managed by. But I noticed yesterday the rank and file of the customs controller, deputy controller, and other people. And I also noticed the commissioner and the rank and file of the Royal Simpson and Greenwich Police Force had a meeting with the CEO because they went upstairs. And let me tell you something.
You really do say a lot, boy.
Yeah, and here's something, Christal. America Airlines is showing interest coming here every day. Christal, I saw a lady, and you just lady, but you know when they're from America, they're compassion. On a computer, and my imagination tell me, no, something is wrong. I said to one of the security personnel, what that lady is doing there? He said to me that she said to him that her computer seemingly can't get into the Wi-Fi at the hotel. I said, you buy that? Crystal, let me back up my mind. I saw her doing this. And that means her watch is a camera and she's making all the necessary proof. I go to the then former security officer, Mr. Miller, and I draw to his attention. The police instinct of Mr. Miller came down and made some observation and realized that the lady is doing some sort of check. And he approached her and she said she is doing an audit. When we hear audit, we think money, but audit means really, right, okay, right. So he found out that she was doing it. America is big on security, Christal, and they have an airlines coming to St. Vincent and Grange every day. You know, they will up the security. So I am hoping that the customs officers and guards comply with the regulation, because let me tell you something. If they make our airport downgrade from a category 1, it will take us some work to get back where it is today. And when you talk about that, they think that you're infringing on their right. Customs is custom, but customs has a particular department at the airport that they are responsible for. Chris, I've been by the airport for the last, this is operation. I never went to the customs department. Never. I don't have any need to. And even if I have need to, I try to bend out the shape not to go in because it has so much regulation governing customs. So I say absolutely, Chris, the only place I go in the airport is at the taxi hut, and occasionally I use the washroom down at the airport because we have the own washroom. I don't go to any department in the airport because the amount of regulation and things you have to go through because of the security nature of the airport, I stay far from them. Okay? Because I know rules are rules. But some people in authority, like the custom officers and the guards, think because they are quote unquote customs, they have the right. At the Joshua Airport, they should run the airport like they're in charge. But at Argyle, the rules speak for itself. Every
So
single worker, Christel,
who is allowing them to break the rules?
they're allowing themselves to do that because I know that the authorities put things in place to guide them around. But it's because they are
So who's
customs.
checking? No, but I mean, the entire airport is being operated. Everything has to be looked at
Yes.
with scrutiny. So no matter who you are and where you come from, once you're working at the airport, you have to abide by the rules of the airport, and as you rightly said.
Yes.
So there's a group of people or somebody who is breaking the rules. There should be somebody above that person who's able to pick up when that person is breaking the
Well,
rules.
that's a good question because I know that asking the former security boss, Mr. Miller, he said that his security person used to report the infringements on the rule by the customs authority, and he said he drew it to their attention, and this will continue, and he made representation to the Minister of National Security to deal with the issue, but over a period of time. But I tell you something, Christel, I was at the airport Saturday morning. They didn't see an authority, but an authority was there recording them breaking the rules that they do all the time. And when I said to him, I noticed you do it. He said, Kingsley, I need to put together a data. So when I confront them, I could have enough evidence to show. My worry, Christel, is that I don't want no international agencies come to the airport, come by that data and show that intimate workers are not complying by the rules and suggest that we be downgraded. If we be downgraded to get where we are today, will be another walk in the park. People believe that running into an airport is just operate like it is just you know. There are rules, as you say, and people
Every
must
airport
comply.
has rules, man.
People must comply with them. And Mr. Weeks, listen to me, the Kingsley, I support you when you air the view on air. I am doing it now because I still think that the authorities need to tighten up on these people who break the rules every single day. The ones who come in at 6 in the morning, they just walk through. The ones who come in at 1, they do the same thing too. And the security standing there, and most of the time, the security can't talk to them. And people come in
If
there.
he can't talk to them, then something is wrong, either with the officers or the security.
Well, the security will say to you, Christel, we were told to tell them to go up to the security check to get themselves organized. But we can't force them to go. So it has to take some doing from the CEO and the control of customs and the commissioner of police. And I noticed that they were out there yesterday, and I think that they're making an effort to get the necessary person to
Hopefully,
comply.
that is what they worked on.
Yeah. Because we know, Christel, that they say JetBlue is showing interest. They want to see if they could come and dominate the summertime from April 4th. And we know that our carnival is between June and July too. That is also good interest that an airline is showing interest. But you know, they still will deal with the security aspect. Because people see Virgin come here every time. The pilots that bring the aircraft from England to Barbados is not the same pilots who bring the aircraft from Barbados to St. Vincent and the Grenadines for that 15 minutes thing. It's not the same pilot. It's the same aircraft, but different management from Barbados to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Then the aircraft comes here at 5:25 and leaves at 7:20. If they can just say like that, they have to go through security features. They have to go through cleaning the washroom. They have to go through preparing meals on the plane before a flight they're going to take at least 9 hours to go. Yeah, so it's a lot of work. And people think that running an airport is just airport CEO of the tourism authority go there and lobby for planes.
Marby shop.
Yeah, it's not a Marby shop, it's a serious thing. Every single worker, Christel, over 300 employees work there every day. Once they come at the airport, they have to go up and use their ID and log in. So that go through the entire system that you're there.
Mhm.
When you leave in, you have to do the same thing too. The airport compound is not necessarily confined to the terminal building alone. It's as far as the air traffic control tower and where customs and immigration have a department down the other end where people want and trade, shipping agency and American and things. So it's a big facility for them to deal with in terms of security. And people have to understand they have to take the airport and the security seriously because I am worried about the implication of people not complying. Lots of people be employed there, but over a period of time, while they employ, the authorities have to pay attention to see if they are complying with the rules. Because, like I say, Christal, the people who do audit, they don't let you know when they come in. They just show up like a thief in the night.
Mystery.
Yeah, and they
Something like
come
mystery shopping.
and they observe everything. Even our taxis, Christal, I think it's too regular, but that's rule. Every 3 months they have to do a check.
Maybe who managing the taxi check should manage that aspect of
Well,
the
there's a
airport too.
department in the airport called operation. They in charge of the entire operation. So that segment in the operation is the one who manage the taxis, and so it's the people who pay attention to the security workers, the people who pay attention to the customer
Right.
service agent. Yeah.
So the same sort of vigor that is put into managing the taxis is needed elsewhere. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I think a little emphasis need to pay to different
So
departments.
it boils down to what management. 'Cause
Well,
you cannot have in any entity people come in and doing whatever they please. Person at the top is supposed to be able to control the management and the operations of everything below. That's
yeah.
why you're up there and collecting that big salary,
Well, I don't know if the salary is big. It's probably
bigger than everybody else. Well, for the most part, but you are a manager.
yeah. But
That's the purpose.
But
Management,
I hope
whichever.
Mr. Dale is listening. I think that he tried his best. He said he comes from an experience of managing 4 airports in the past, right? And I think that they were looking for an experienced person.
Which
And,
airports were those?
And he managed 4
Big airports or small airports?
big airports.
Big airports.
And
In the Caribbean or?
outside the Caribbean,
Outside
in the
the-
Caribbean, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. But he looks like he onto something. But I can tell you something, Chris said, when you have lackadaisical people, you know, vintage, and you're supposed to used to work 10 to 8, they come 10 past 8, and they have to go to have breakfast, and by 10:30 they walk in, and by 5 to 12 he has a lot on his plate to deal with.
Yeah.
Lot on the plate to deal with.
Yeah.
And I tell you,
But at the same
I don't
time,
envy his job at all.
don't envy his job. Culturally, right? Boy, it's just so funny that we take so many little things for granted,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to employment. As you said, there's some folks, one, they may not dress appropriate for the job. 2, they show up whenever they feel like, leave whenever they feel like, do whatever they feel like. When they come to work, as you said, they gone on the phone, they gone on the
Yeah.
computer to do something else except the work
Yes.
that they're being paid
For.
for. But I don't think, okay, while that is a problem, you kind of have to blame the people who are managing them too. Pull them up.
And the
This is how
supervisors,
school
yes,
is keeping
yes,
here.
Yes.
You cannot, but they are allowed to do that. You allow them to continue with that culture in the workspace.
Krista, you make
And
a-
then you complain about it.
You make a good point because as a taxi driver at the airport, you have to have a uniform, and the uniform is black shoes, any color socks, pants, white top. So anytime you go to the airport, we look like we are in the particular uniform because that is one of the mandated uniform. But I sat at the airport at the entrance area and see a guy coming to the airport. I said to him, "Where you going?" He said, "You going to work?" I said, "If I were your boss, I'd fire you." He said, "What happened?" I said, "Man, you are your head tied like a gangster, but yeah, but you going in now." So he said,
Gotta look presentable, man.
"Yeah, you gotta look presentable, man." I said, "Come on."
Nice and neat.
But I noticed the next day that he did shape up and look relatively presentable. But I think the airport, Christal, is hemorrhaging right now because of the issue of the volcano, COVID-19 and dengue.
Tell me a place that's not doing that.
It is not doing as well as it should because while we have an increase of flights, Wednesday is the busiest day at the international airport at Aga. Tuesday is just 2 flights, one at 9:15, one at 10 to 12. So the airport just sit there and hoping that a private aircraft in aviation try to deal with the issue of private aircraft coming to the airport. But like I tell you, I don't know, managing the airport and putting the things in place seems to be a work for the Minister of Airports, who is the Prime Minister, to keep this airport up and running. It's not easy, Christal. I mean, Wednesdays, a flight comes at 7 to 8:10 from New York. One lands at 9:15, one lands at 12:15, and one lands at 2 o'clock. That's what the airport is doing on Wednesdays, is what I hope it could do every day. But it's not a walk in the park. We have to continue to have the CEO of the Tourism Authority making a lot of emphasis on advertising, subvention, and the grenades. And right now, the airport is not producing enough money to sustain itself. So the government always have to allocate monies for different departments. Right now, I think that they are trying to see if they could repair the constant erosion of the air conditioning units. It's working in the departure lounge, but in the arrival area, they're having some problems there. And there's other areas in the airport that need financial assistance to get things done. But as you say, the manager who's being rewarded with a salary, he'll have to fine tune.
Find a way to get it done within the limited resources that are available or not available.
Yes. So
pressure everywhere, boy.
Yeah, I mean, people see the airport there, they will say, okay, it is there, it is working. Yeah, it's working gradually. But once the rules are there, people have to comply by the rules and support the management under that strain to make sure. And
have to or should.
And as Mr. Weeks said, well, to be honest with you, Neil Jackson Company, the picture company, clean the airport, and they do a relatively good job in keeping it clean. Keeping the airport clean is not an easy task, Christal, where you have public persons going through the other comfort zone and using the washroom. You might have just cleaned it and map it, and you hear, and occasionally you may hear one of the cleaners making some derogatory comment. Oh, and I just seen it clean there. I got nasty the airport again. He asked for a cleaning job. A cleaning job at an airport is not an easy job.
Why isn't it easy? Because of the amount of traffic?
Yeah, the amount of traffic. Yeah. So when they have it easy on a Tuesday, they sit back. But when it is up at its peak on a Wednesday, they make this negative coloration that people deliberately come to the washroom. I see a child have a bag of Concords, Christal, but because the airport is so clean, the child run and start to run up and down. The child drop the Concords on the floor. If you hear the comments that came from the cleaner.
Oh no, that's not nice.
I said, Mrs. A child, she's excited. The floor is so clean, Christal, that you see yourself in the floor like a mirror.
She did a wonderful job then.
They run up and down and see themselves, and then they, but it is what it is, and it's frustrating sometimes when you hear people complaining about these small things at an airport where they're being paid for, and we hope, but
do your job, man. Do your job.
Do your job. I don't think people would deliberately go and sometimes you go to the
may get one or two of those though.
Yeah, but so people, if you want to comment, you can send your thoughts at 4579994 or 4579997. Don't forget at 8:30 we take a break, and then you can get back in with your thoughts and how we as Vincentian could make an effort to deal with the upkeeping of the international airport. And does the airport create employment? Yes, over 300 persons are employed daily.
Goes without saying.
In different departments. Customer service, trade. People think it's a lot of different departments. I have a department called ground handling crew. Christian, those are the ones who deal with the aircraft. Once they land and the tarmac, they take over everything. They march it into where they want to park.
Those guys are
Yeah. And those
I found those man so.
Those are highly trained people because you have to put the plane in a particular area. You get the permission via communication from the air traffic control officer when the plane is land. But once it's on the ground, they take over the management of where they put the plane and where it is being placed until. Yes, you remember that. You're right.
For a long time you ain't going up there.
Yeah, and they have a light in it, and the color of the light tell you how to slow down way to marshal it to and kind of thing. But
Yeah.
looking at it over the last 30 years, I think I could manufacture that work in my mind. I pay attention to the art, and that fascinates me because
I feel like you pay attention to a lot of things.
and when you're well trained and the pilot on the ground, the pilot have and should take instruction from you. From a pilot standpoint, he might have a reservation, but the way you hold the thing, he know that you're well trained. So you have people who just do that to make sure that the plane is properly placed. Then you have the persons who come to the aircraft from Rubis, who provide the fuel. There's a designated area where you park the fuel truck. You know the length of the hose and all that thing, and you have to have check whenever the plane is already refueled because you can't just refill the place and guess that I forgot to close the gas tank. You're crazy. You're crazy. They have to have all. So it's a combination of effort, serious effort, and I think so far some departments are trying, but I am disappointed with the custom officers who are not complying with their daily requirements, and all because they think that custom is an entity by itself, and they have a lot of rules that they could use to get it. Because custom don't have to have a source warrant to suspect you to get a source. You could just read it and say, well, hey, I suspect that you like for instance, Chris said, I see a particular character came in yesterday, and when he landed, the amount of young people he came up behind him. Well, old people say the apple don't fall far from the tree. Old people know what they're saying, you know. Old people know what they're saying. So he came out freely, and that was nice. But he didn't know the persons who came with him didn't even know that they were subjecting themselves to extreme threat not because they're guilty, you know, but because the company they keep coming over and
Just
people
by way of association.
by way of association and you could see they have a bit of tension because I had a job with a particular person. He wanted me to have a taxi that is highly tinted and all this that. So I said, what in my mind you have something to hide about? I said, what did he even know going on here?
It's like man who needs a
yeah. Oh yes, I remember that. That's the hotel
yes,
thing.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So the airport is going relatively well. I just need to see that the customs officers and guard comply with the rules. And those what I don't know, I also suspect that there are other departments who just ignore the rules. But I think that the security aspect of the airport is improving. Mr. Miller, who sat as security boss from competition. I didn't like his style because he was a disciplinarian, and when he said something, people say that he have a Jacone and kind of measure, but now he's not there today. You're hearing some of them saying, "Oh, if Mr. Miller being here, that couldn't happen." Yeah, you hear that comment all the time.
They don't like it when it's happening, but they appreciate it when it's gone.
Yeah. Because you hear that now. Because
circle of life.
Like I say, one of the international aspects when you're in charge of the security, you have to have investigation skill. Mr. Duncan, who's in charge now, has a master's in that, but doesn't have investigation skill. So he's not conformed to the position. He's probably acting at the moment. I don't know if they're going to fill that position. There was a name going around, but I think that he's aging now, so they probably look for a younger person. And I noticed that they have some new posts that are working in the HR department, and 3 young people who just came back with their degree, and the salary that the HR used to get, they split it in 3, and then employ 3 more people there. So the HR is currently working in the Musik company now.
Oh, Silas.
Yeah.
You just really seeing here plenty of things.
Yeah, I thought observe.
Why you waiting on passengers? You scoping out the whole place.
Yeah, I was scoping the whole place.
You sure you're walking the right place?
And I want to job at security. 29 minutes, 30 seconds on to 9 is the morning program with Christal and Kingsley. We'll be back shortly after this break.
All right, and when we come back, we'll read through your WhatsApp messages as well.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today. That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Falls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV you can. It's a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of mountain, Cooper Tires, king of the road and track, Ostone, the king of the Outback, and iFly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy-duty trucks from MRF, Highfly, and Linglong. A reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services in Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnisvale, 456-6444. S-Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road.
Storm or hurricane can cause extensive damage and tremendous loss. There can be flooding, landslides, and lightning strikes. Are you protected? What about an earthquake, volcanic eruption, a tsunami, or even a bushfire? Are you protected? Century Insurance protects you, your family, your home, your business. Talk to one of our friendly agents today. Call our Kingstown office at 456-2247 or Beckway 458-3855 or contact our representative, Mr. Jason Sargent, in the Bayshore Mall in Beckway at 454-4260. Call Century Insurance. We can protect you. Century Insurance. Upstairs, the First St. Vincent Bank building in Kingstown.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvaloon, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety of colors, including zinc sheets. Also, take advantage of our unique roofing patterns, U-panel, industrial, and crimp Spanish style. Visit us at the Diamond Industrial Estate. Call us at 784-456-9900 or email bmlsvg@gmail.com. Galvaloon, a product of International Standard Metals.
3, 2, 1. FM is SBG.
Come on to the folks on the live. I'm sure you can agree with me on this one when I say it's not every day you see Kingsley dancing. So that's probably why rain comes.
No, I haven't had a difficulty the last couple of days, so I'm trying to rid myself this stress, okay?
Rid yourself of the stress.
So, it's overwhelming, but I have to. When I came this morning, I take the bucket of stress off my head and put it out there. So I didn't bring it into the office. So when I leave it, I'll take it because it belongs to me.
Why are you going to take it back up?
because I have to deal with it, and it's really creating some negative impact on me. Yeah.
Well, take it to the Lord in prayer.
Do you really answer prayer sometimes?
Let me tell you something. If you don't believe in prayer, meditate.
Okay. Yeah.
If you don't believe in meditation, I don't know what else there is. Put something out into the universe, laws of attraction.
Wow.
Understand?
Some rules to read there.
It's the same thing, but from a different heading. It's the same thing. All right. Hey, let's get social and stay connected 24/7. You can follow us on social means WeFM. You can follow us on TikTok at WeFM99, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at WeFM99SVG. WhatsApp number is 784-457-9994. And of course, you can listen live at www.999wefm.com. Their valued client, in order to satisfy our regulatory requirements, we are in the process of ensuring all information on file is kept up to date and relevant. All right, so all those folks who are customers of Sagicor, please continue to listen up. Therefore, you may be contacted and asked to submit recent documents. Should you have any queries, please call your advisor or one of our customer service representatives at 456-1159. Sagicor thanks you for your cooperation on this matter. Also from Sagicor wishes to advise our valued customers, clients, and the general public that our offices will close at 12 noon on Friday, February 17th, 2023 to facilitate a team meeting. Additionally, all cashiers will close at 11 a.m. Regular business hours will resume on Monday, February 20th, 2023. Sagicor apologizes for any inconvenience caused. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life. You know, to this day, I cannot say the word requirements. Requirements.
Yeah. We have a discussion concerning the airport and the importance, the international airport, the development of savings and the grannies. Let me say good morning to Elson. Quick, Elson, build the airport and the planes will come after. Well, Elson, your thought manifested itself, and I noticed that you come to the airport occasionally on Wednesdays and you see the airport at its best, where all the workers have to make an effort to deliver the service that they're being paid for handsomely, okay? Because Vincent Parsons, over the last between 2008 and 2017, made the ultimate sacrifice to get the airport. I believe that other issue of our development was ignored because of the construction of the international airport. We paid the ultimate price, so we hope that persons who work there and intend to work there, when they come to work there, they should apply themselves because it's important that we maintain. You and I may not live to see the benefit, but the airport continue to go from strength to strength. One of these days, your grandchild or great-grandchild will say, oh yes, the effort made by Ralph Gonsalves and Vincent Shan from military standpoint during 2008 and 2017 did make the ultimate sacrifice, and the airport will continue to strive from strength to strength. I noticed that the tourism industry seemingly relatively going okay. Imagine, Christal, I went in some on Tuesday, let's say, and I looked to my right at Lowman's Hill and I said, wow, what a sight to behold. Cruise ship in Kingston one time. I said, wow, look that.
That was Wednesday.
Yeah, true. I said, wow, look at that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I see it happening in the past under the NDP administration when they were just completely cruise ship. But it was a really nice picture to see 3 cruise ship in Kingston at one time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But people beat me and say, I see, you had 3 cruise ships. I said, we had 2 cruise ships and 1 yacht.
Yeah.
But I love to see the yacht because Christal, from experience, the yacht is the ones who spend the money. They go do a big supper hand, some shopping, they go sightseeing.
If you own your own boat,
you know,
clearly you have.
you have to have something to do. Yeah. And I noticed a picture last night that Beckley also had 2 arrivals yesterday. So that's good. The CEO and the Minister of Tourism been doing a good job, and people always remember the Honorable Rini Batiste, but I tell them all the time that the former Minister of Tourism, the current CEO of the Tourism Authority, was the best individual who sat as Minister of Tourism when he did. Under his tenure, we had more people coming to St. Vincent than Rini Batiste and Sesmac and all those persons. So Glenn has some level of experience, and that is probably why they accommodate him in that particular position. And we have to also mention the ongoing training of him by the tourism authority to persons involved in the tourism industry. And I am also a recipient of those constant training, okay? Because they want to make sure that you maintain that high level of standard that they expect you to deliver. Because let me tell you something, Christian. This tourism industry is a fragile. One complaint is too much complaint. It takes too much to deal
But you're
with.
gonna get a complaint every now and then.
Yeah, you do
If
get
you don't
that.
get a complaint, then something is wrong.
Yeah, you do get that. And like for instance, no advertisement for this particular restaurant in the Calicut area, but I have never taken anybody there and they complain about the food and the services they offer. I mean, I tell you we should advertise here because it's good that he's been very good. I actually point out to two guests night before last night, and yesterday I saw them walking, going to the Calicut playing field to get some meal from that particular restaurant. You know, it's good to see that people are providing. And hey, let me tell you something, without you knowing the restaurant I'm talking about, hey, they will get quality for moderate prices, okay? Yeah, okay, right. Yeah,
Shit,
so,
man. Yeah, pay for that plug there, huh?
not me mentioning him.
People know what you're talking about.
Me.
People know what you're talking about. Let me read some comments quickly before we take the break at 8:45 for our courts.
Yes.
Good morning to everyone at WFM 99.9. Happy Friday and end of week. No, it shouldn't be downgraded. The ones who are caught or are repeatedly doing this should be fired. They let things slide after it's gone too far. They're trying to make right too late.
Yes.
That could be applied to other industries as well. Here's another one. Good morning, guys. Vincentians have a don't care and I can do what I feel like attitude. Entitlement. Whenever they go to another man's country, they don't have that attitude. People that are managers need to be strict on workers. Have a grace period. If you have to be at work for 7, you have 7 minutes grace period. If you clock in after that 7 minutes, you are considered late. And 15 minutes should be deducted from their pay, and you should be written up or be sent home. Gotta be strict. But when you are strict, they tell you you're treating them like slaves.
Yeah.
But then if they do not on their own do what they're supposed to do what they're hired to do, then you should be expecting some sort of robust.
No, I agree with that.
sort of
Because here's
management, though.
something. You see that international port that we're building on, they're going to spend $600 million on. Crystal, when that eventually complete, you just can't have people walking on and walking off the port like that. They have to have strict rules and regulations.
Even if you spend $5 on it,
Yeah,
whatever it is,
people understand that.
you have to abide by the
Yeah,
rules,
yeah.
man.
Rules.
Standards, man.
I mean, I tell you sometimes, I question some of them, but I try my best to comply. Because it's what I do for a living, so I try my best to comply with the rules that they stipulate for us.
Yeah, man, just this entitlement air, it not serve no purpose, you know. Anyways, 8:45 is the time. Courts should be calling in any moment now. Let's go out.
The kind of value you'll love that's unmatched at Courts now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Buy any item and get up to 30% off the second item of same or equal value store-wide.